Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamson Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community we can talk about all the things that we love. I recently just saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. In addition to, you guessed it, Harrison Ford, you have Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Antonio Banderas, John Rhys-Davies, Shawnette Renee Wilson, Thomas Kretschmann, Toby Jones, Oliver Rickers, Ethan Isidore, Mads Mikkelsen, and Nasir Memarzia. This movie starts out ending what could have been a Indiana Jones movie because it's World War II again. And Indy is after yet another Jamson, just like the Nazis are. I won't go into too much detail other than it does set up the overall plot, the Jamson that they end up going after for the entire movie, which is Archimedes' Dial. I think this sequence and a whole nother chase scene could have been slimmed down tremendously. Mostly because the de-aging effect they do on Harrison Ford is really distracting. You're in the past for this universe for like 15 minutes or so. And it's not the first time they do it in the movie either. There's another part of the movie where they fast forward, I don't know, 20 years or so, and he kind of looks like Indiana Jones from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And if you saw Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, remember from my review, Shia LaBeouf is in that one. He's not in this one. And yes, it does get talked about later in the film. In one of the chase scenes, this is happening in America, it's at the end of it, and Indy makes the news because he's caused a scene, and now he's wanted for murder. He's being framed for it because it's still Nazis. It's just this one particular Nazi that was after Archimedes' dial so he could travel back in time to win the war. That's the plot. And in pursuing the Jamson, innocent people get murdered and it gets blamed on Indy, and so that's why he's on the news. And in the blurb that they mentioned what's happened to his son and his wife. I won't go into more detail than that, but you will miss it the first time it's mentioned in the film if you don't pay attention. And I think it could have been handled better, explaining why they're not in the movie. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, Helena, plays into this movie by being the goddaughter of Indiana Jones. Her father is on the very mission that happens in the beginning of the movie, and she enters the movie by sitting in on one of Indy's lectures. You would think she's there to tell Indy we need to get this Jamson before the Nazis do, but in reality she is just a thief who wants to auction off antiquities for profit. They do have a good dynamic, but it could have been better. What keeps me from enjoying this movie more than I did is the fact that there are scenes that could have been chopped in half or more. The opening could have been done in 5 minutes, not 15, and the one chase scene takes place in Tangier, and the only reason why it gets prolonged is Helena runs into a former lover in the chase scene that ended going after the old Nazi, gets picked up again, and they run into the old Nazi again with this new chase scene. It just was entirely too much for me. The character that gets brought in to extend this chase scene, you don't even see them again, so they're completely useless. You could have cut the chase scene in half, and it would have been way more enjoyable. I feel like half the movie is a chase scene, and then the other half is actual, like, indie archaeology stuff. I'm still gonna wait to buy the series again on 4K because I'm just a stickler. I mean, I have all of Star Wars, even though I'm not a fan of the sequel trilogy. However, I would suggest that if you're not into the entire series yourself, you catch this one on streaming. Those are my thoughts on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.